Hey guys, welcome to another Double A Entertainment. I'm Ashton,
Andy.
and we are here to talk about the new Mortal Kombat trailer. Now, I'm not the biggest fan, Andy, of Mortal Kombat. Not just in like the. I think the games are well made. I'll give them credit. They are very well made gameplay wise. They had the last three have had great narratives. I played a decent, not decent. I played a little bit of the last few games. I don't think I played the most recent one, but in general, I know the lore is very rich. It's a interesting world. Andy, you're not coming into it with as much excitement.
No, I barely play Mortal Kombat. I can appreciate the game. It's a well-made game, like you said, and very well known and historical, but never really been a huge fan of it. And the movies are always trash, so I'm not expecting much from another Mortal Kombat movie.
So you didn't like the first Mortal Kombat movie at all, because that's kind of like the cult
I
following
don't care
one.
what the cult says. Listen, there are many cult movies, and some of them are great, but some of them are cult classics because they're terrible. Look
Hmm.
at Dude, Where's My Car? Go watch that if you haven't. That movie's crap, but I love it. It's so bad, Ashton. Go watch it, man.
Well, while we are at that, we'll probably do a movie review for Hobo with a Shotgun while we're at it. Okay, guys.
In
So
the room.
we will go ahead and watch and react our first reactions to someone who's a fan of the lore, like likes the games, don't love doesn't love them necessarily, but I like them, and someone who isn't. So we'll kind of see those two different viewpoints on this trailer.
First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds. The target had superhuman abilities.
Oh, Wonder Brothers. I'm not expecting nothing
It
else.
had the same marking you do, Cole.
It's a birthmark.
What do you mean?
He was born with it.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking? I think it's an invitation to fight for something known. As Mortal Kombat.
These are your champions.
I'm Sonya. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao. Lord Raiden. The fate of Earth is in our hands.
No matter how many of my people we put in the ground,
We will not fail.
kill them.
I am Sub-Zero. Get over here! Finish them!
Ah,
Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
Wow, Andy.
wow, indeed. I will. I guess I'll start with my reactions. To me, I mean, it's a Warner Brother film. It's an action film. I know it's based off the games. You know the history of video game movies. So to me, it looks like another generic action film where the plot looks like it's not the main focus of the movie, and that can be a fine thing. I mean, action movies can be good and have very little plot sometimes, right? But maybe he has more. I don't know. At first, when I'm watching this trailer, I'm like, so are they fighting in a fight club, or are they going to be fighting bad guys? And then they kind of show that they're kind of teaming up to fight villains. I don't know exactly. Again, I'm not deep into the lore of Mortal Kombat. I guess you can shine more light on that. But
Mhm.
it seems like it'll be a fine, average to above average action film. I'm not gonna say I'm super excited from what I've seen in the trailer because I've seen none of it before. If that makes sense. Not the trailer, but I've seen action movies like this before.
So I'll put it this way: someone who knows a little bit more about the lore, and I don't pretend to be expert, but I think this movie holds a lot of promise, Andy. In general, a Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat has surprising amount from face value. People don't look into it. It has a lot of good, rich lore, a lot of character depth, like you have some really good rich characters you can dig deep into, like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Their rivalry, especially from some of the earlier games, is a really good storyline you can dig your teeth into, and this trailer actually shows that. Now when it comes to the actual trailer, um, the story was lacking. Now, some trailers will show all stories, some will show all action. So we'll probably have to wait to see if they come out with other trailer, a little bit more heavier on the story aspect. But when it comes to the action, I know this is a first time screenwriter and a first time director, but in general, I thought the action scenes looked really good. Um, in general, that scene with I think it's probably going to be the opening scene where the old guy's fighting the ninjas. That's the birth of Scorpion and his rivalry with the ninja clan that Sub Zero's a part of, and that's basically starts beef with both of them, and it goes throughout the story, and I'm assuming that's going to be similar in this movie. Um, and the CGI looks really good in general. I think Goro, which is the forearm thing, that's the only thing that kind of looks a little CGI ish. Everything else, like the costumes, look perfect. Okay, like Andy, the quality is there. Like Warner Brothers clearly put money into this movie, but like you said, the difference is it it'll most likely be a good action movie. It looks like it'll at least have that basis, but can it go a step above and do
I mean, I,
something video game movies haven't ever done, which is be really, really good?
I think the greatest video game movie we've had in recent memory, and I wouldn't even say greatest because it's not the greatest movie, but that's Sonic, right? So it has to at least live up to the level of Sonic if it wants to be considered, a good video game movie. Can and be like that, and it has potential. Like you said, I will agree that it looks good at least, like cinematography, action scenes. They spend money. You're right. It looks good, but initial trailer doesn't seem like they're going to focus much on the story. Now, like you said, it could just be an action trailer. Time will tell. Warner Brother can be very hit or miss when it comes to certain stuff, but they have known that they can make good action films when they want to. So, I mean, time will tell, and we'll see, in April, how this movie will stack up. I know me and you both definitely will watch it and give our reactions here on the channel.
Hmm. Yeah, so they're introducing a new character. If you don't know, it was that boxing character, the one with the yellow fist. He's a new complete character.
I, I,
Um,
I couldn't I couldn't tell you that I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan.
but my point is, you see a lot of characters in this, and the story is about them getting into the tournament, and the winner gets to do with other realms what they want. So if someone from Outworld wins, they want to merge the world so Outworld can take over Earthrealm. That's the whole plot. Again, the movie doesn't explain that the best, and you're a good case example of that. So hopefully they can fix that, work on that in the next trailer, give a little bit more meat to what the actual story is. um I'm fine with winks and nods in video game movies to the source material, like a fatality here and there. It's fine, especially if it's a
Mhm.
homage. you can
You heard
overuse
that.
that. You
You
can,
heard that in the trailer. You
yeah.
heard him say finish him, and I picked up on that. I was happy to hear that. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's never a problem to have a nod to. You look at Marvel. There's tons of things in the Marvel movies that
Mhm.
have direct nods to comics.
But the thing that kills most video game movies is they go way, way too hard on that, and they become too attached to the license to the point where they do stuff that doesn't make sense in a movie realm just to say, "Hey, look, this is in the video game too." So I hope they avoid that too much. A little here and there, it can be really good. So in general, Andy, give your final thoughts on this. Uh, out of, uh, I don't want to do out of 10 for a movie trailer, but in general, out of 10, how much are you wanting to see this movie? Where was it before this trailer, and where is it now after?
It's very neutral, Ashton, before and after. I mean,
Mm.
it's this beforehand. You said Mortal Kombat. I'm like, eh, and I watched the trailer, and it went from an eh to a eh. It's a higher pitched eh, if you hear that, meaning it's a little less neutral.
So
I mean,
like a 4 to a
I'll
5.
five. I'll
What?
check it out, but it's nothing I'm looking forward to. Like
Okay.
really looking forward to.
So for me, before I saw this, I was like a probably a 5. I was like, well, I'm not against them trying to do this. Like, I don't see any point in being against it. I'm like, yeah, give it a shot. I didn't really think it had a chance of being any good, to be honest. But afterwards, I'm a good solid 8. I'm right below being like hyped or excited,
Wow.
but I'm looking forward to it because I feel like it holds promise. It's like one of those trailers that you see and you like something and you're like, that can be really good if they can pull it off. It's a first time director, first time screenwriter, so I'm a little hesitant. And I know trailers can be a lot better than actual movies. Like Godzilla King of Monsters proved that. Like, I love that trailer, but man, that movie was kind of a mess.
I mean, it's easier. It's easier to have action trailers because you show all the good action scenes. But when when a movie needs more than just fight, 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 that's where it lacks.